Hi everyone, I've just done a super budget makeover on the smallest room in my house, which is the guest bathroom. I've taken it from this to this, and let me show you how.
So here's my guest bathroom, or single toilet in all of its pre-makeover glory. You can see it's a pretty tiny little room and the walls are so dark, which actually make it appear even smaller. So the first thing I really wanted to do was just whitewash those walls and really get it looking as light and bright as I possibly could. I've recently done a budget bathroom makeover, and I'll leave a card here so that you can go and check that out if you haven't seen it already. But I'm using some of the paints and supplies that were left over from that makeover. So this makeover was basically pretty much free, except for a couple of cool little items that I bought at Bunnings, but I'll show you them shortly. Next up, I grabbed this can of matte black spray paint, and I use this for my bathroom makeover as well, and it's just a really cost-effective way to upcycle some of your existing bathroom accessories. So it saves you having to go out and buy them new again. So you can see that I've reinstalled the hand towel holder on the left there. And I also decided to spray paint that funny little thing I don't know what it's called, but it's under the sink, and it was stainless, but it was kind of rusted and it was discolored and it just looked awful. So I had to cover up the white wall and use some cardboard just to sort of try and catch some of the overspray, but I thought I would spray paint this, and it worked out so well, and it just covered up a whole lot of ugliness. And you can't really see here, but these glass louvers were actually old, and a couple were cracked, and a few had little chips in them as well. So I decided to take them out, and man, that was a mission. I ended up slicing my hands in the process, but I took one of the panes to a local glazier and got them to recut some new ones, and that just made such a huge difference. It's really hard to show you here because shooting into the window everything just kind of blows out, but replacing these made a massive difference. There were also some holes there that someone had obviously hung a curtain at some stage, so I just filled them and gave them a little light sand once the filler had dried, and actually gave the whole sort of surrounds a bit of a sand as well, because once I painted the walls white, the wood framing around the window just looked super kind of cream and off color and old as well, so it needed a freshen up too. I also painted the windowsill while I was at it. And then that was it for me for the day. The next day I had a plumber over installing the tapware in my bathroom, and I just cheekily asked him if he had a skill saw because I had a tiny little project that I needed his help with, and fortunately for me he obliged. That was a cute little shelf that was a little bit too long for the bathroom, and he just took the edges off, which was super helpful. And now I used my new Ryobi drill, which I am loving having a drill. It's amazing how many things that I have found that I can use my drill for, but this is me drilling some holes just to put that little shelf in place. It's quite hard to see here, but there was a kind of a cracked area in the wall there that would have required a bit of fixing, so instead I decided to put the shelf over the top of it just to hide it. The other great thing about having a drill is that it's good for screwing things in. So instead of using a hand Phillips head screwdriver, I just quickly buzzed these screws into place. And then with this particular shelf, it was really just a case of lining up the screws and then hanging it up. It was that simple. I really didn't want to put up a curtain again, and those glass louvers are quite hard looking. So what I decided to do was soften the space by using a really cool macrame hanging that I found at Bunnings. So I had to get out the big guns here and drill a hole in the ceiling. What I was doing beforehand was just using my stud finder to make sure that I wasn't drilling into a stud. And then I used one of these crazy amazing little gadgets. I don't know what they're called, but they basically just spring out and then hold into the ceiling space. So The only problem was they were a stainless colour, so I just grabbed my white spray paint. This is probably not the most professional way of doing this, but I quickly sprayed the hook so that you couldn't see it, and then that was the bathroom makeover complete. And this is what it turned out like.
Anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this mini makeover. If you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. It means the world to me. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more. And in the meantime, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh.